you, thank you.
And please tell us a little about your race.
Oh, it was amazing. I'm grateful that I win. But I think it is a little bit cold, and the first 5 kilometers, I thought, around 1500 meters, I'm good starter, but still the marathon people better than me. I was a terrible starter at marathon, so the first 5 kilometers was so hard, and then I cut up. And then the last 5 kilometers also very hard. And I'm grateful that I win the race. That's amazing, unbelievable. I can't describe how happy I am.
Questions for Sifan or for Larry?
Sifan, congratulations. You obviously recovered from Budapest, and how long did you focus on training for this marathon?
Like I said, I just so scared of the 42 kilometers. I'm very brave person when I do like track, and I can do 3 distance, and I want to do that thing, so I have so many goals. But I don't know, for some reason I'm so scared of the 42 kilometers. And even I was in Budapest, I was like thinking about the marathon, and I sleep, and I was supposed to think about the competition I have at the championship, but I was thinking about marathon, and I wake up, or after my heat, I run some more on the track, do some stride or some 400. My coach is like, you have tomorrow competition. I'm like, yeah, I have Chicago marathon too, So I was focusing every single time since London. Yeah, I know I was also focused at World Championship, but I was like, my brain, it just lead to the marathon. I was just scared. I cannot do anything about it. I don't know what made me freak me out this 42 distance.
Hi, Sifan, congratulations. With next year being an Olympic year, how is your focus now switching, and is that in your sights?
Oh, today it was so pain. The last 7.5 kilometers, I was like, I'm not gonna never run marathon again. So let me recover this, and I will decide what to do. I'm like, I'm still in pain. My hip is very pain. I was so suffering the last 5 kilometers. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna run again marathon. So I just have to recover, and I'm very happy I win. I'm very grateful I ran this time, but I'm still like in pain.
Okay, we're now going to ask the happiest man in the room to join us, race director Kerry Pinkowski.
Hey, Jimmy, how are you?
Kerry, we saw you on the television at the finish line. You looked like a very happy man. Is that correct?
Well, sure. This event, it's so fitting, the 45th anniversary of this event. In preparation for this year, planning for this year, you really had a chance to reflect back on all the wonderful athletes, and we had some of them with us this weekend. But it was kind of ironic when I looked across. I went down to the finish line, walked up, and I looked across and saw Khalid Kanucci sitting in the stands. He was one of the first guys to get there, and then obviously Constantine Adida, 2 of our former champions. Khalid, world record holder in Chicago. So I felt a little bit of an energy there, but it's just wonderful to have the men's record back. This is the 6th world record in Chicago. These 2 magnificent athletes, the preparation that they've done. But it just makes me think back to obviously Khalid, Steve Jones in the 80s, and then Khalid, and then Sammy Wanjuro, who ran here in really less than ideal conditions, broke Khalid's course record, and we had a really tough day. So it's just wonderful to have these 2 athletes part of that tradition.
David has a question for Kerry.
Kerry, congratulations to you here on a great day. In the darkest part of the pandemic in 2020, when everything was shut down and nothing was working, did you ever think that you would get back to this place where you feel this kind of joy? Nearly 50,000 people signed up for the race, world record on our streets. Can you tell me what that journey was like?
It was difficult, but this is such a great sports city. This is such a great community. There's so much energy here, and we're used to coming back from things. We're used to coming back from setbacks. So I did. I still think that we could break world records. I mean, in reference, in 2009, when Sammy Wanjuro won his first Chicago Marathon, we sat afterwards and he had run the course, and I said, this is in 2009, and I said, Sammy, how fast do you think you could run in Chicago? And he said, with perfect pace, perfect weather, and perfect conditions, I think I could run 2:01:20, 2:01:30. That was 13 years ago. So, I mean, if you think about what Steve did in the 80s with the pace that he ran, there's an energy here that I think is a tradition. There's a vibe here, and Paula and Catherine DeReba and everyone that came before this. So I said, yes, I thought we could do it. When you have special athletes like this young man, you know, I saw him in London. Traditionally, as you all know, we go to London, we watch on the media center, and then we make our way to the finish line. And my daughter was running, so I made my way out on the course, my wife and we got out in front of the elite athletes, and I saw Kelvin come by, and he just took my breath away. And it made me think back to all the champions and the great performances we had there. I turned to my wife, not asking where my daughter was, but we got to get this guy. We got to do what we need to do to get him in Chicago. And we were fortunate. Mark Korstens, his manager, was amazing to work with, and put it together, and got a new world record.
Yeah, question for Sifan. 6 weeks ago, you medaled in the 1500 meters at the World Championships, and now you've run a 2:13 marathon. I think a lot of people never thought any woman could ever do that. Like, how do you explain being able to do that?
Yeah, I thought also, but I did it. I'm so grateful, and I know I'm gonna run like I was doing very well, and because it's 6 weeks, I don't know it's enough time, but I was really training so hard. But it is like, for me, like I was here to learn more and what I can do, how I'm gonna improve. Because I'm just like, it's just my second marathon, and 6 weeks ago, so like I did a couple of competitions, world championships. I thought, yeah, it's winning for me was like, I thought I'm not gonna win. Especially when we went so hard the first 10 kilometers, we just push hard up. I feel really hard, and I feel I'm pain. I thought, no way I'm gonna win. I'm grateful to run this time. It's unbelievable. It's just incredible for me. For me, it's just special, and especially I ran 5 seconds faster than my peer, and I don't know what to say. I'm grateful. I'm really grateful.
Okay, Gary, what makes Chicago Marathon so special? Because now you got serious bragging rights with 6 world records.
Well, that record is set in Berlin for a long time.
Sure.
I think it was time to bring it back to Chicago. You know, obviously seeing Kelvin in London, and those of us that were in London, it was raining, so you lose grip, and he ran a magnificent run. So I thought if we could get him here, get great weather conditions, get the route set, we'd have a great performance. But this is a great community. This is a great sporting town. There's amazing energy. The crowds were fantastic. The weather was pretty good, just about perfect. So the good ones, the great ones, seize that moment when you have that opportunity, and the result, course record and world record.
Gary, to follow up, you had some tremendous performances by the American athletes today. You guys have been very committed to American athletes. Any comments on that?
Sure. I mean, it's been a big focus of ours. I mean, obviously, we love to have these great performances, but with our American development program, there's been so many American athletes that have come from that. If it can extend the careers of athletes that maybe are post-collegiate or looking to establish a performance or qualify for a championship or trials or whatever. And you know, this is a great American city, so it's important. Chicago's in the heart of the Midwest. It's important for us to continue to have an American presence. I mean, obviously, Emily Sisson and Emma and Connor, and Galen's been an amazing, Galen Rupp has been an amazing ambassador for us and former champion. So that's part of it. You know, it's something that we're proud of. Tracy Wilson, who directs our elite athlete services, does an amazing job with including and on the development side, along with our Paralympic athletes.
Follow up.
For Kelvin, are we going to see you ever on the track running a 10,000?
No, I'm not really.
Why?
That, I was just curious.
I never used to train in track. I trained with marathon guys and half marathon, so that was hard for me to train in track.
I have to step out, but just real quick, thanks to the media for talking about us and covering us, and I just want to send thanks out to Mayor Johnson. We met with him earlier this week, Superintendent Snelling, the city agencies, OEMC for just putting together a magnificent morning, and a record number of participants and some great performances up front. So to the city of Chicago, our residents, businesses, and volunteers did a great job. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Carrie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kelvin.
Oh yeah, I just want to say thank you to the Chicago Marathon and also the people in the town on the roadway with us. It's amazing. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much.
Can we get a picture of the two of you?